Hello there, folks. I'm Dan Brown from a sort of interesting life.com. You're joining me on board good old Narrowboat Tilly, and today you're joining me for Dan's Ultimate Boat Basics, where we're going to talk very briefly about narrowboat security. Now, this is a topic that I can't go into too much detail and talk about specifics, as you can imagine, because I don't want to give away some of my own secrets, and certainly not secrets of other people that I've seen how they tend to keep their boat secure out on the canal. So what I want to do now is cut to some random clips and show you the sort of rural places that I tend to moor up and what the canal's like around this sort of area and what that really means for boat security and what you can sort of do to help enhance that. So we'll start with a good old look on Google Earth at the canal, which is represented by that white line there. And again, this just sums up perfectly how rural the canal is out in these parts on the Llangollen. And we're zooming in here to have a look straight at a boat moored up in the exact spot that I always like to moor out. This is out at Bettisfield, one of my favourite little rural places. And this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about a rural canal. As you can see, it is very, very rural. But that doesn't mean it's necessarily guaranteed to be more secure and safer than if you were going in the middle of a city with places with bad reputations on the canals in various spots. Although it's that sort of balance of how much does going through a city with a lot of people and a higher number of potential bad people to see your boat, how does that weigh against having a boat that, if you're not there, might be moored up somewhere like this in the middle of nowhere with nobody around? So it's all basically a case of hope the wrong person doesn't walk past. Now, when it comes to actually securing your boat, there's all sorts of different things that people do, and like I say, I don't want to give away any massive secrets, but there's some ingenious ways that people try and make a boat look occupied while they're away, and it's only the fact that I've moored up by some of these boats to see that there's no one there that's given the clue away to me that, that's just a clever trick, but we won't get into that. I'd say two things that I personally don't mind saying because it's obvious that I think is not great for security is two obvious signs that there's nobody on a boat. And a lot of boats, even Tilly on her back door, was originally secured with a padlock on the exterior. So obviously you know that if that's the only way in and out of a boat and it's got a padlock on the outside, then you are assuming that there's nobody being locked inside their own boat. But of course, who knows? And equally, another thing like that I think is a bit of a giveaway is when, over the winter months in particular, people will cover their chimney top. So again, you can look at that and say, well, that fire can't be used if the chimney's literally blocked. So those are the sorts of things that I try and avoid personally. And what I tend to do, rather than make the boat look occupied, is try and make it constantly look identical. So the ropes are always laid out exactly the same. Basically everything, and bags of coal and stuff like that. I suppose really, depending on where I am, I will move the bags of coal around to show that there's signs of life. And in the past, when I've been away from the boat, I'll have friends move stuff around on the boat if they're passing, if I'm moored up by them. But simple things like that help, obviously. But equally, nothing's guaranteed, unfortunately. And like I say, I'd love to give you some ingenious things that I've seen along my travels, but we won't spoil some great secrets, and I'm sure you'll learn them if you move on to the canals. But like I say, it's not about sort of going, right, if I'm more up here in sight of everybody else here, then this is guaranteed security. Or going, well, if I'm more up in the absolute middle of nowhere, then that's guaranteed security. As in the past, like there's the classic example of me mooring up at Chirkbank and having my bike stolen, which was the unbelievable bad luck that I was moored at somewhere by a bridge and had gone inside and not locked my bike because I was going to go out and fix a puncture. And of course, when I went back out, it wasn't there. But had I not been moored up by that road bridge, then it's quite simple. Well, literally, I could have moored a few hundred feet further away, and nobody would have probably even seen that my bike was on the boat, yet alone thought, oh, we'll have that. But again, it's simple things like that that are just sort of the hit and miss pot shots, the pot luck, I suppose, is the term I'm looking for. And again, I suppose we'll wrap it up here. But like I say, it's not about making some sort of this is exactly how your boat's going to be safe all the time, because unfortunately, as you can imagine, in today's world, you just can't guarantee that sort of thing. But equally, there's these things that you can do by making it not obvious that there's nobody about, for example. And what I try and do, as I've said before, is very often moor up within sight of other boats, but not right by them, so that if I'm coming in and out of work late at night and stuff, or early in the morning, that I'm not disturbing people. But equally, that if there's any sort of disturbance going on, and there's like a smash or a break-in or a battering down of a door, then it would hopefully alert other people in the area. Until the next time, check out my other videos. There are loads more boaty stuff, literally hundreds of boating videos on this channel now, which is a scary thought. But until the next time, keep it boat worthy, have a fantastic day, and of course, farewell.